Hello everyone, I'm Esmeralda Padilla-Gould and welcome to Vegas Vibes. On Vegas Vibes, I'll be featuring amazingly talented people from many walks of life who contribute to making Las Vegas the entertainment capital of the world. And on that note, here with us today is the lead guitarist and singer of ReVolta band.
Esmeralda,
and his name is Szanto. Hello.
Hello, thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction and for having me on.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Well, let's start off with your musical background. How did you? What was the catalyst that brought you to this way of living?
It was a dysfunctional family, but in the best way. It was. I had a guitar in my room, and while the parents had to work things out, a lot of times I sat down with a guitar and opened up a book, and it was just kind of my way of really kind of disconnecting and being in my own place and being able to express feelings and emotions that I didn't know how to do at the time when I was 8 and 9 years old. So for me, the music was always my go-to as like a release and like a safe place.
Your escape.
Yeah. Yeah, it was an escape. It was an escape. Yeah, so now on that note.
That's a great way to focus yourself into like being productive.
Yeah, and it kept me out of a lot of, trouble later on in life and everything too, where, I could have gone a lot of different ways and music was always there for me. So
that's admirable.
Yeah.
And let's talk about your band. What was the history behind it? How did you start with the band?
ReVolta is the first band, and I've been playing. I'm 38 years old now, and I've been playing guitar for 30 years. And ReVolta is the first band where I became the frontman and the lead singer of a band. And so it was kind of hard. I played in so many bands over the years, and I was always usually the guitarist or did backup vocals or something like that. And I got to that point where I'm like, I want to do something before I get too old and people don't want to come see me anymore. So I'm like, okay, I got to do this. I got to put this together. I know, but in my own mind and vanity and everything, you get to that point where it's like, okay, I want to do this before it looks bad. So I found this amazing bass guitar player once we moved out to Vegas a little over a year ago. And we hit it off. We're like family, and we just kept trying to find pieces of the puzzle to put together and to move along and everything too. And since this was my first real time doing this, I wanted to do it right, at least the vocal part, the singing. So I found a vocal coach. I tried to do this, the right way to make up for all the time that I lost. And so I went to vocal coaching. I still do that every week just to get the right technique, because even though people say I have a good voice, I don't myself feel that I'm a natural singer. The guitar was always so easy. That was always my release and my escape. But with singing and getting all that emotion out, now the lyrics and everything that are right now, they're very personal to me. I depersonalize them a little bit so that other people can relate to the music that we write and maybe kind of insert it into their own lives.
So you are a songwriter too.
Yeah, so I write all the music for the band, for the songs and everything.
So you have original songs.
Yeah, it's all original songs. We do cover 2 songs that are not ours, and one is a Britney Spears song, and another's a Prince song.
Which one is that?
We do Toxic.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with that. It was a lot of fun to rewrite that song and to put a complete different energy and spin onto it.
And you just formed your band this year in May.
Yeah, so May was kind of when this band and the name and everything finally got put together. So I don't even know how many months that's been. 5, 6 months, and we've been doing pretty good, playing anywhere 1 to 2 to 3 shows a month, and
that's amazing.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a great time.
Who are the other members of your band?
So the bass guitarist is his name is Joe Zucker, and he moved here from Colorado but grew up in Southern California, and he's been playing bass for a very long time.
I read it. He plays like 7-string.
He plays the 7-string bass.
Bass? Oh my
it's
gosh.
Very impressive to actually watch him use all 7 strings. He actually plays more of a guitar solo than I play on the guitar, just with his bass. It's amazing. And when I actually started listening to what he was doing, it kind of changed the way I wrote songs to give him more open space to basically be like a lead bass player. And he does some amazing melodic leads and everything too on the bass, and it's great. So really fortunate to have him.
And your drummer is?
Our drummer is James Hoover, and same thing. He's been drumming most of his life. His dad was a musician. It runs deep in the family, and at the time we were kind of trying to feel out drummers because our music's quite a bit different. It's a little bit of rock, a little bit of jazz, and then it gets a little heavy and gets a little soft, and the vocals are soft. So it was really kind of hard to find a drummer that can really play to all of that. And
And
so
he's the perfect one for you.
he's great. His feet. A lot of times when, especially the past couple shows we've been playing, during different songs, the bassist and I will turn our heads to look at him, just to because like, what did you just do? That was amazing. It was like gold. His feet just fly around in amazing fills, and such a good energy and a great heart. So we're very happy to have him as well.
Wow, amazing. So, why did you pick the name ReVolta? Who picked it out?
Well, you know,
Did you?
as we were kind of forming the group and we had different people kind of come and go as we were trying to fill people out, there were different names that were being, you know, kind of played around with and everything. And I think one of the things that really kind of resonated with us is that we do things differently. There's a lot of different things going on in the climate right now, politically and everything else. You know, we're being so polarized by every single angle. And it was kind of a way to kind of pay homage to the time that we're living in right now. As in, you know, we don't necessarily agree with the way that society is changing ethics and morals of the people that live here. And so it was just something that really kind of means a lot to us. Not only that, but we fuse a lot of different styles of music together, which also means we don't really sound like a lot of bands, so it's kind of hard for us to put together a show with very like musical bands here. But so there's definitely that. And then the Volt, also the energy. We have a lightning bolt in our logo and everything too, just for the energy of the band and the energy that we want to bring and basically put out there.
Interesting. So, who are your biggest influences in music?
Oh, biggest influences in music. I should have known you were going to ask that. And I probably should have come up with a good answer.
Artist?
I have a few, but you know, my mood changes throughout the day. But I could say when I started playing guitar when I was a kid, I listened to a lot of blues rock kind of thing. So
Who do you like to emulate?
I would say sound-wise, I really love Led Zeppelin. I love the openness, the airiness, the storytelling of the music, and everything that really happened with that. So Jimmy Page as a guitarist just had such a great feel. But it's then at the same time too, Stevie Ray Vaughan and the blues and the emotion that he put into his playing. And so I guess a lot of the classics, kind of more back in the day. Vocally, now that I'm a singer and I really kind of look back to who kind of inspired me back in the day, I really loved
Britney Spears.
singers
No, I'm kidding.
Yes, Britney Spears at the top of the list for sure. But having said that, she's a phenomenal singer,
She is,
and her
she
voice
is.
and the control and everything. I mean, you definitely can't take anything away from her. But the classics like Roy Orbison and Elvis and you know a lot of the old time.
Yeah, that's a compliment,
singers
by the
that-
way. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. So yeah, I think it's right there. So it's kind of a mix, you know, and I listen to every morning when I wake up. I usually start off with jazz, and then I start getting progressively a little bit more energy throughout the day into the music that I listen to, and by the night, who knows?
Sounds cool.
Depends on how the day went.
So you have mentioned that you do your original songs.
Yes.
And so are there any recording that happened already? Recording studio experience?
We not with this band yet.
Are you in the process of doing that?
We're probably going to do that now that it's the winter time. Things are going to slow down just a little bit. The big investment with time and everything else that we were doing when we got this going is that we really love playing out and playing live and being up on stage and interacting with the people and putting on a good show. So I think the biggest focus when we got together was let's get a good catalog of music together that's strong, and let's go out there and play and have a good time. And the thing is too is that when you start off in the recording process and then you go play live, you see that some things might not translate the right way. The energy doesn't necessarily get delivered. And so it becomes this organic living thing, and it's gonna change 4 or 5 or 10 shows in. And then once you take that song that you wrote months prior, after playing it live for several months, you look back and it's like, that's when you really know what the energy of that song is, what that song really means and how it needs to be played. So just with my past experiences, I didn't want to start off recording something, having that set in stone, and then being stuck to having to play it like that.
Right, you have to have the
So,
right emotion.
Yeah. So and not.
At least to your standard.
Maybe that's just a way of me saying I don't want to record because I don't want to play to a click track and I don't want to keep doing things over and over. But at the same time, I really kind of like the process of letting it grow organically, and then once it's matured, then to go ahead and
Then
put it
you'll
down.
be ready.
Then to set it in
record.
stone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking of performances, are there any or what types of venues do you perform in?
Well, so when we first started out in Vegas, luckily we had some good supporters and everything. And our first show was at the Backstage Bar and Billiards at the Triple B on Fremont. So we played 2 shows there almost basically week after week. You know, we played a couple shows. Then we went on a out-of-town show up to Ely, Nevada, which was fantastic. We played in the old rail yard up there in the old warehouse building. And then we played at the Beauty Bar, at the Dive Bar. So it's kind of like that. Now the next show that we have coming up December 6th is going to be at the Artifice in the Arts District. And the Artifice is one of those venues where I love the energy of it. It really kind of speaks to the kind of music that we do. It's you can really get intimate with the crowd, with the music, with the environment and everything there. So really looking forward to that show.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I wish we have more time, but for my last question, what pieces of advice or words of wisdom would you suggest to any aspiring musicians of this generation?
I think the biggest thing is to have tenacity and to just be true to yourself. There are going to be people that are going to say, that song's not that great because it doesn't have a hook, you know, or it needs to be more like this or it needs to be more like that. And I think the biggest thing is to just find that inner voice that you have, be tenacious, build that voice, and just don't care. You know, just do what it is that's inside of you, and be true to yourself. You know?
That's wonderful. Well, please invite everyone to listen to your music. Where can our viewers find you?
Absolutely. So we're on Facebook at Facebook.com/ReVolta NV. That's for Revolta, Nevada. We are also on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. If you just type in Revolta NV, it's there as well. Reverb Nation, the same, Revolta NV on Reverb Nation. Oh boy, we have Instagram at Revolta NV. So I guess Revolta NV is probably, just type that in and it will pop up around. And again, if anybody can come out to the Artifice December 6th, it's going to be a fantastic show. We're going to have lights and fog, and it's going to be great. Great bar, great bartenders. Not a family-friendly event at that one, but it's going to be a great time.
Yes, please support
Yeah.
ReVolta on December 6th.
Thank you, and we'll see you there. And if you guys come out, definitely please say hello.
Thank you so much, Mr. Leo Szanto.
Esmeralda, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It's our pleasure to have you. Well, good luck to all your future endeavors,
Thank
and
you.
of course to your band ReVolta.
Thank you.
Take care.
He's on my side, he's on my side, with the rain comes. The tide is on the rise, he's on the rise, always the rain comes.
Well, I'm Esmeralda Padilla-Gould, and I would like to thank Anne Fontaine, located at the Forum Shops inside Caesar's Palace, for my wardrobe. Thank you so much. Catch me again next time as I feature another amazingly talented personality here on Vegas Vibes. God bless everyone.